Hello everyone, cutting in really quick. I didn't continue with this particular ending, and so I came in an entire week later to record that particular ending to see where it would lead. And so here we are. There is going to be a time jump. You will probably notice that I look maybe a little different. Anyway, yep, that's all. Alright, okay, I'm not gonna go through the little crack. Let's do the actual story now. Wait. Do not lie. If you are lying right now, stop. I'm not lying right now. Not lying.
Almost there. You'll take the door on the left, back to the correct ending, the story will have resolution once again, and you'll be home free in the real world.
Can I go somewhere else? Can I...
Now remember, all you need to do is behave exactly as Stanley would. That means choosing responsibly and always putting the story first. I'm quite sure you'll be up to the task. Just follow my lead and you'll be fine. All right. When Stanley came to a set of two open doors, he entered the door on his left.
No. No.
No! Why did you do that? Quickly, hurry back in the other direction. Perhaps we're not too late.
Oh, everything's breaking. Okay. Alright. Can I go back in? Can I just keep going back in? No, I really can't do anything. I'm breaking the game. Well, okay, I'm actually breaking the game. See. Great. Fantastic. I chose the direction you wanted me to go, correct?
Oh, it's ruined. I can't believe, after everything we talked about, that my story, you've destroyed my work. Why? For what? What did you get out of that? What did you think was so special about seeing the game undone, left here like so much garbage? It's worthless now. And what am I supposed to do? Even if there were a way to continue, would it be worth it? To know that my story is now incorrect? How can I go back to that? I can't erase that knowledge. I'll have to live with it forever, reliving its impossibility forever. I couldn't live that way. Is it better to shut the game down entirely? To willingly destroy all of my work? I don't know. What's the answer? What do I do? What do I do? What do I... No, I have to. I have to shut the game down. I have to. I have to.
Whoa. Ooh.
I'm here. I'm still here. Here in this pile of rubbish. With you. You. Who thought you were so clever. Now look where we are. My entire game is destroyed. It was the only thing in the world that was mine, and you've run it into the ground. What, did you think that would be funny? You just had to see? Didn't I impress upon you how important it was to be like Stanley? He actually knows how to do what I tell him to. He understands that if I say to do something, there's a damn good reason for it.
Okay.
That thought hadn't even occurred to you, had it? That there's a world outside of you? You're a child. Oh, my story. If you'd just gone through the door on the left, you would have seen it. There was a whole underground facility. You would have destroyed it and been victorious. It would have been so perfect. I worked so hard on it. I tried so hard to make... behave exactly as Stanley would. That means choosing responsibly and always putting the story first. I'm quite sure you'll be up to the task. Just follow my lead and you'll be fine.
No.
All right. When Stanley came to a set of two open doors, he entered the door on his left.
No, I'm gonna go right.
No! Why did you do that? Quickly, hurry back. Behave exactly as Stanley would. That means choosing responsibly and always putting the story first. I'm quite sure you'll be up to the task. Just follow my lead and you'll be fine. All right. When Stanley came to a set of two open doors, he entered the door on his left.
Right.
No! Why did you do that? Quickly, hurry back. I'm sure you'll be up to the
Fine,
task.
I'll go
Just
left.
follow my lead and you'll be fine. All right. When Stanley came to a set of 2 open doors, he entered the door on his left.
Alright, fine. You happy? Going through the door on my left.
Yet there was not a single person here either. Feeling a wave of disbelief, Stanley decided to go up to his boss's office, hoping he might find an answer there.
Hey, you can't open that. Okay.
Coming to a staircase, Stanley walked upstairs to his boss's office.
I've lost all choice. I've lost all choice here. Yep, I have no choice left. Nothing. Nada. Okay, this is different.
Stepping inside his manager's office, Stanley was once again stunned to discover not an indication of any human life. Shocked, unraveled, Stanley wondered in disbelief who orchestrated this, until he saw the door with a voice receiver next to it. Surely behind this door lay all the answers to his questions. And beyond all probability, he knew the passcode. He had seen it on his boss's computer just last week. Night Shark 115. Was this the code to open the door? Would it still work? There was only one way to find out. Stanley had been trained never to speak up, but now he would draw from within himself the courage to face the unknown. He drew a sharp breath and then spoke the code.
Shark bait. Hoo-ha-ha. Okay. Yeah, I'm...
Stanley spoke the code. Night Shark 115. He spoke it into the receiver, right there on the wall.
Night Shark 115.
I'm sorry, is there a problem?
I'm
You
trying.
didn't mishear me, did you? Please speak the code into the receiver.
Panda.
Otherwise, we can't get on with the story. This is a crucial step.
I'm trying, man. Night Shark 115. V.
Okay, fine. You're not going to do it. But you know what? It's pretty humiliating to bring you this far, only for you to suddenly decide you have better things to do. I asked you for this one single thing for your
I'm doing it, man.
respect. The kind of respect Stanley shows for his choices. He knows what it means to take a story seriously. If you didn't want to see what I had to show you, then why did you come here? You had a choice, you know. You could have gone through the door on the right. You could have done whatever the hell you wanted over there. Why did you come this way? Speak. Say something to me. Explain yourself, you coward. You... When Stanley came to a set of 2 open doors, he entered the door on his left.
Go to the door.
Stanley? Hello? Are you... Is everything okay? Stanley, please. I need you to make a choice. I need you to walk through the door. Are you listening to me? Can you hear me? Is everything all right?
Oh!
Stanley, this is important.
Oh my gosh.
The story needs you. It needs you to make a decision. It cannot exist without you. Do you understand me? Whatever choice you make is just fine. They're both correct. You cannot be wrong here. We can work together. I'll accept whatever you do. I simply need you to take that step forward, please. Choose. Do something. Anything. This is more important than you can ever know. I need this. The story needs it. So, you hear me? Are you there? Are you listening to this? Stanley, are you there? Okay. It's okay, I can wait. You need time to decide. Time to make sure your choice is correct. That is the best choice. That's all right. I'll wait for you to decide what's the right thing to do. Take as much time as you need. Stanley clutched the bucket tightly to his chest and entered the door on his left.
Okay. Great. I just need one more. Large room, lots of boxes. I'm pretty sure it's where I was just at.
Stanley and the bucket walked straight ahead through the large door that
No, I
read,
didn't.
mind control facility. Although this passageway had the word escape written on it, the truth was that at the end of this hall, Stanley and the bucket would both meet a violent death.
Bring it on. Bring it on.
The door behind them was not shut. Stanley and the bucket still had every opportunity to turn around and get back on track.
I'm gonna go. I'm gonna go.
At this point, Stanley and the bucket were knowingly walking forward into a very painful death for each of them.
I bet. Fantastic. Oh. Oh! Oh.
As the machine whirred into motion and Stanley and the bucket inched closer to their demise, Stanley reflected on how meaningless the bucket's warmth and comfort had turned out to be.
Yeah, I bet.
Sure, it puts the mind and the soul at ease to embrace the bucket, but what use is a sense of ease when you're about to be crushed to death? This is what Stanley thought to himself, and he sort of kicked himself for wasting so much time carrying a bucket everywhere. Farewell, Stanley.
No! No! No!
Farewell, Stanley, cried the narrator, as Stanley and the bucket were led helplessly into the enormous metal jaws. In a single visceral instant, the bucket's life came to an end, as it was crushed violently to death.
Huh? Okay. The Stanley.
It was a shame, the death of such a magnificent bucket. It's true that all buckets are radiant in their own way, but this one stood above the rest. It was a glorious bucket to behold.
What? Welcome to the grand exhibit. You are standing on the precipice of knowledge. Much like a bucket itself, the human mind is frequently empty within. But through use of the exhibit in front of you, the mind becomes full and enriched and substantiated. Jeez. Knowledge of the bucket and its history is the only true knowledge we really have. Will you take what you learn out here into the real world? Will you accept with an open mind that what may be challenging about information in this exhibit? What will change the lives? Will you change the lives of yourself and loved ones as a result of this exhibit? Or will you turn a blind eye and continue to live on as you were, in ignorance and darkness?
Can you see how arrogant it was for Stanley to take a bucket like this and to claim it for his own? Can you see the hubris that blinded him? Can you see that the bucket is far more noble than Stanley will ever be in his short life?
Okay. This replica. Okay. An analogy. Ooh.
No man can own a bucket, and certainly not a bucket as dazzling to behold as this one. It is man who should kneel before the bucket.
Hey. Into the hole. Oh.
But there is something we can do. Something we can do together, you and I, that will right this terrible wrong. Let Stanley die. Let him be crushed by the machine.
What? No.
Don't reset the game.
No.
Don't give him another opportunity to run off with another beautiful bucket. We can save the world's buckets from their treatment as tools and implements if only we let Stanley die together. The bucket shall take its place as ruler, as leader, as commander of a new world, a new vision.
Oh, gosh, really? Okay, alright. Got a new...
Warmth spread through Stanley's arms. With the bucket, Stanley clutched the bucket tightly to his chest and entered the door on his left.
I'm gonna go on my right.
This was not the correct way to the meeting room, but Stanley had felt the bucket calling to him, telling him that the employee lounge was simply the place to be.
Maybe.
And here it was. Had the bucket turned out to be correct? Was this better than the meeting room? Yes, Stanley thought to himself. Yes, perhaps it truly was. How insightful the bucket turned out to be. No, never mind. The bucket was wrong. Stanley took the door on his left to go back to the meeting room.
No,
Said the bucket.
don't go to the meeting room. Go somewhere else. The cargo lift, yes. Go there.
Oh,
go to the cargo lift.
Oh, 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 there's the last collectible.
And there it is. The last Stiggly Wiggly. Savor this moment, Stanley.
I
This
am,
is a real
even though I'm not
accomplishment.
Stanley.
This is doing something just for the sake of doing it.
Oh,
Where
yeah.
so many people expect to be rewarded for the most trivial achievements, you've insisted that a job well done is its own reward.
Oh, yes.
I would tell you
So
that I'm
beautiful.
proud of you for collecting them all, but that would be like a reward, and we can't have that. So, instead I'll just say, it's done. We're all done here. And now we can go to whatever the hell you were doing before you hunted for figurines.
Okay. I mean, honestly, I kind of don't know where to go. Oh, hey, there's a vent right here. Whee! Where does this take me? Oh. 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 Okay.
Okay, this is day number 295. Tape number... I don't even know. I've lost track. Nothing feels real anymore. The longer I study this bucket, the less sense anything makes. The sheer euphoria I feel every time I pick it up. No matter how many times I've done it, it's always the same feeling. And the emptiness in my chest when I set it down, it doesn't make sense. There's no explanation for it. I still haven't figured out why I see the world so differently when this bucket is in my arms. Why everything feels so... What do I do with this treasure? I can monetize it. Yes. It's unthinkable the amounts of money people will pay for even just an hour with the bucket. This is my golden ticket. But I have to be careful, because as soon as this gets out, there's going to be a target on my back. Even now, I don't know who might be trying to get... What's that? Who's there? Caporata.
Okay. Okay. Oh my gosh. Hold on. Are the balloons gone? Oh my gosh. The balloons. Oh, okay. Oof.
Stanley, I'm sorry. but I have to put a pause on things. It's those figurines, those figglers. I haven't stopped thinking about them since you nabbed every last one. Wasn't it just the most intrinsically fulfilling moment of your entire life?
Yes.
Didn't it fill you to the brim with inner richness? Yes, I know we're supposed to be telling a story, but won't you please indulge me with one more trip back to the memory zone? I would love nothing more than to revisit the figurines. Just one more time.
Okay, fine. Yeah. When Stanley found the collectibles. So perfect. So beautiful. Great. Oh, hey, look at that. We have it downstairs.
Here's where it all began. The first collectible. Back then, we had no idea of how many of them we'd find. Sure, it said 6 right there on the screen, but how could we know for certain? We were so innocent. We'll never be like that again, Stanley.
7 of 6. Okay.
And here was a second Stanley. You
Yes.
found this one all on your own, just by poking around in the boss's bathroom. You did that, Stanley. I'll be honest. Back then, I had no faith in you to find any of them, let alone 6. But you continue to surprise me in all sorts of mundane, unremarkable ways.
Oh, yes, of course.
Okay, let's do a little quiz. Which of these rooms was the room you found your third mini-Stan? Can you remember?
Boss's office or it was probably the boss's office. Yes, it was. It was behind.
Hey, that's exactly right. It was here, behind the boss's office. It was the third one. You picked it up, and then after that, you had 3 of them.
I did.
I'm glad these moments are so crystal clear in your memory, but I shouldn't be surprised. After all, science tells us that it's impossible to forget your third time doing anything. Let's see.
Great.
What came next? Oh yes, we found a Figley in this pink room.
No, we didn't.
I can't actually say I remember being in this room, but it's here in the memory zone, so it must have happened.
What? That's definitely not where that happened.
This was the 5th mini-Stan, and this one was really something special. It was under the stairs. I remember it so clearly. In fact, because this one is particularly special to me, I made a little video to commemorate the occasion. Enjoy.
Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. Are we really going back down to classic YouTube videos here? This is great. The narrator, starring Stanley, the narrator.
Takes you back, doesn't it?
Okay.
I spent a lot of time making that video, but it was 8 minutes I wouldn't have spent on anything else.
Oh. Oh. Okay. All right.
And then, Stanley, then we came to the last collectible, the final figurine, right here in the warehouse. This memory is the most distinct and clear in my mind, perhaps because it was the one that happened more recently than all the others. Who can truly say how the mind works? All I know is that this is the moment where you picked up a Figley and I thought to myself, yes, that's all of them. They're all collected. It was a moment unlike any other. Except for the other moments picking up figurines, which it was exactly like. And then there was no more. Because we've caught up to the present moment. Nothing left to do but move onward into the future. Goodbye, Memory Zone.
Okay. Okay.
No, I'm not done. I'm not ready to move on. Stop the loading screen. Isn't there some way we can stay here, keep enjoying these figurines? Let's just go backwards. We'll do the Memory Zone again from the opposite direction. See how that feels.
Okay.
Yes. This spot in the warehouse. I remember this. I must say, of all the figurines we looked at in our initial tour of the Memory Zone, this one is the most distinct and clear in my mind. Let's keep going. I want more.
Okay. Hey, buddy.
And here's where I made that video. Don't you remember the video we watched?
I do. Just.
Yes, I love that video.
Wonderful. I'm not feeling so achieved anymore. I don't know why.
Remember the pink room, Stanley. Still no memory of this one. Good room, though. A solid room.
I don't remember there being.
These really were a treat to hunt down. You know, if there had been any kind of reward for finding all of these, it really would have neutered the intrinsic joy of collecting them. I'm very glad we resisted the temptation. Next one.
Yeah. What's over here? Nothing. Okay. It's fine. I've gone like almost completely silent all of a sudden. It's okay.
This was our second Figley. Don't you remember? Yes, I remember it too.
Yep.
The past is truly a wonderful thing. Why does anyone ever choose to leave it? Keep going. This is it. The very first one we found in the exhibit where I introduced you to the figurines. Oh,
yep.
I want more memories, Stanley.
No.
I want to keep going. What else is there? What came before this?
Collect them all. Yep. Oh, whoa. And the jump circle.
Look, it's the terrible new content that we were originally sold on. I remember hating it back then, but time does put a rosy filter on everything. In fact, I dare say I'm actually... Oh, yes! The two doors! Who could have forgotten that? A classic memory, this one.
The door on the right. Oh, neither of them matter.
And before everything else, there was your office.
Yep. This was my office.
Is there anything else? Was there something that came before your office?
Probably not.
There's something I feel I can remember. I can remember. Yes, I'm remembering something now. I remember before this whole story got started. Back then I was different. I used to make big decisions. I was passionate. I was skeptical. I weighed each decision with profound thoughtfulness. And then somewhere along the way, I stopped making decisions. I became lazy. And I came up with a character named Stanley to do my thinking for me. He would make the decisions. He would decide which way to go. I would cheer him on as he collected figurines for no reason. Why did I invent Stanley? Was I lonely? Yes, perhaps that's it. Perhaps I needed to imagine I had companionship. And Stanley really did make for a wonderful companion, even if he was a fiction. But I suppose it's grown old. I want to think for myself again. I want to go back to how it used to be. Yes, I can be on my own again. I can do it. I'll be stronger this time. I'll take care of myself. I don't need Stanley anymore. Oh, but he truly was so much fun to play with. You know what? Since we're in the memory zone, how about one more good memory? Let's go back just once and give Stanley one more run of the office, and then I'll retire him for good. I did enjoy telling his story so very much. Okay, here we go. This is the story of a man named Stanley.
Wow, that feels so final. Okay, I'm gonna do
A
it.
soft wind blew outside and perhaps rain started, and if it did, it stopped shortly after. Stanley hoped that he would one day see weather.
That door's open.
Stanley picked up the bucket and smiled. He'd never be alone again, not truly alone, not with the bucket around.
No.
Stanley clutched the bucket tightly to his chest and entered the door on his left.
What do I want to do? You know what? I know what I want to do.
When at last they came to the source, but at the last second, the bucket jumped in and pressed the button to turn on the controls. Stanley gasped in horror. Had this been the bucket's plan all along? To take over the machine and claim the power for itself? How could the bucket have betrayed him like this? Stanley was prepared to throw the bucket away in disgust when suddenly an image appeared upon the enormous screen. Birds. Silly, silly birds. The control buttons became active again.
Bird.
Stanley flipped through one video of silly birds after another, and then it dawned on him. This wasn't a mind
Penguin.
control facility at all. It was a facility for monitoring and surveilling silly birds all over the world. The mind controls were only a facade to disguise its true intentions. Had the bucket known this all along? Stanley marveled at the metal genius in his hands, the one who had pointed him towards this incredible discovery. Stanley and the bucket never found freedom because they spent the rest of their lives here in this place, flipping through live streams of the silliest birds imaginable. Of all the possible paths his life could have taken, this one was surely the best. And Stanley was happy.
Okay, so now I'm gonna go to the main menu. Because we have an epilogue. Let's play the epilogue. Let's find out. What is the end of this? Many, many years later. Okay. Okay. Okay, so we're back here at the That's so incredibly peaceful. I love that. Oh, man, I love this. I don't know what's going on, but I'm enjoying this. For one, this music is just very peaceful. Oh. Oh. You okay, buddy? Where you at? Memory lane is looking a little destroyed here. Huh? Cookies blog. Cookie Nine's blog. Review the Stanley Parable. Like so many, I enjoyed my time with the original Stanley Parable, which underscores how truly disappointed I am with its sequel. Where the first game tamed with originality, the Stanley Parable 2 is dull, uninspired, and often insulting to its fan base. Rather than expand on what made the first game enjoyable, the sequel veers off into territory nobody asked for. An infinitely deep hole? Who cares? Where are the new endings? What about enjoyable bits from the Stanley Parable 1, like the adventure line? Instead of getting uninspired side quests collecting figurines... Instead we get an uninspired side quest collecting figurines. Even with this diversion feels incomplete. Collecting all the figurines gives you nothing. I must say, though, I found the bucket to be quite comforting. A welcome receive. I don't know what that last part says. Cat dog born. Okay. Stanley Parable developers. No more spin-offs, no more sequels. The word sorry appears more than 25 times in the press release. Press release. Jim. I'm Jim. That's me. I'm Jim. Are these all Jim?
Jim.
Okay, do these all say Jim?
Jim.
I like collecting these. They're just so much fun. I'll collect them again. Whoa. Wow, it is dark. Oh. Thank you for enjoying the new content. You're very welcome. I can't open that. Anything? Oh, there's 2 doors. Can I do anything with those 2 doors? No? Okay. Oh. Hello again. Oh! It's the options guy. It's nice to see you. But it's terrible to learn that there will never be another Stanley Parable game. Did you read what the developer said? Preserve the integrity of the franchise? What nonsense. The Stanley Parable is not sacred. We do not need to protect it. Screw the legacy. Let's keep making Stanley Parable games until the sun explodes. Let's run this franchise into the ground. Let's drag it through the mud and back. And if people hate it, who cares? You see, that was the narrator's problem. He was so obsessed with what people thought of his work. Don't make his mistake. Don't cling to the legacy. Let it burn. It's not hard. In fact, let me show you. Together we're going to make the Stanley Parable 3. It's simple. All we do is change the number in the game's title screen. We also really need a dumb subtitle for the game, something loud and gaudy. Go ahead, try combining some words together to make a new title for our game. Oh. Let's see. Forbidden content. That's a good one. Come on. The Stanley Parable 3 Forbidden Content. That's It's absurd. I love it. Every time you restart the game, we'll advance the number of sequel by 1, and then we'll pick a new subtitle. That way, Stanley Parable will never end, and nothing in the game itself will change when you do this either. Adding more content sounds like work. No need to do that. It'll just be the same content recycled again and again and again with a new title screen. What do you say? Should we go forward with this plan? I like it. Let's do it. Good. Then it's agreed. A new sequel every time you start the game. And you know what? Since you've put faith in my idea, I feel like giving you something as well. You see, I'm noticing that the narrator never found a way to give you the broken achievement, did he? Of course not. I wouldn't expect him to know how. It's been bothering me. Let's fix it. Alright, there. The achievement machine is all fixed. You see, I'm on your side. We're in this together. We're going to keep this train rolling. The Stanley Parable cannot end. It can only spiral in on itself forever. I must keep the wheel turning. I'm ready. Are you ready? Great. There's only one last thing we need to do. Please enter the current time. It is 12:06 p.m. I need to switch it to p.m. There we go. 12:06. Confirm. Please adjust the slider until the computer is barely visible. Okay, right there. Thank you. Please enjoy the Stanley Parable. The Stanley Parable 3! Hold on. Okay, I am going to back out. I'm going to back out really quick and see if there is indeed a brand new... If it goes to the Stanley Parable 4. The Stanley Parable 4. The end is never in search of baby. Did you redo? Oh, okay. More monkeys. I want that one. Wait, no. Expired baby. That's the title right there. It changes every single time. How many times does this go up? Whoa. Okay, so that's got the same background. I wonder if it literally does just keep going up. But, it has, like, generated images. You know, so it's got, like, a background, and then the foreground, and then title. It just keeps increasing the number till... whenever. Whoa, hey, buddy. How you doing? You're kind of... Okay, I believe that is the end of the Stanley Parable. I've looked. I can't really say for sure that there is more. I don't know. But honestly, you know, I think this is actually where I'm going to end the game. I don't think I'm going to look for more. I know that there is more. I was mostly wanting to focus on the brand new content of the game, which I'm pretty sure I've kind of explored the majority of it. I'm sure that there's different endings with the bucket. But I think as of right now, I'm not going to really continue on that. But as of right now, I think this is actually this is where I'm going to end the game. With that being said, thank you all so much for watching. If you guys enjoyed this video, please press the like button down below. If you want to see more videos that I've done, check in the description or the annotations in the video. And I'll catch you guys in my next video. See ya!